Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here today with the general manager of a wonderful Irish property that's just been renovated, Mount Juliet Estate. And it's Mark Dunn, who actually I met in New York just a week ago. But think technology being what it is, it's not technology. I just forgot my camera. So that was on me. And so Mark was kind enough and now he's back in Ireland and I'm back home. And we're just going to talk a little bit about this wonderful property. It has 300-year-old history of Mount Juliet Estates. And we're going to find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Mark, first of all, great to see you. Glad you made it back to Ireland.
Thank you, James. And it was wonderful to be back in New York. I'm glad to say that after almost 20 years, I still was able to navigate my way around the Big Apple, which was nice. And I was even a little bit more familiar with the subway. I didn't get lost more than, well, it was single digits, let's just put it that way.
There you go. Well, you're becoming a pro, and that's it. And I'll be honest with you. I lived in New York for 10 years, and I knew it very well. But these days, I still get lost on the subway. So I don't know, especially when I get into over in Queens and Brooklyn. Then forget it. I'm done. But anyway, let's talk about your property, the Mount Juliet Estate. It has, as I said, a 300-year-old history, and tell us a little bit about that history.
Well, it's very unique. So you have a property that dates back, obviously, uh, over 300 years. The property itself was once upon a time 1,500 acres, which incorporated the stud farm, which are our nearest neighbours. And now the hotel sits on 500 acres. But going back to the very beginning, the Butlers were the landowners, and the son was Somerset Butler, and he was betrothed to Juliana Boyle, who was the daughter of the Earl of Shannon. So when Juliana arrived on the estate, Ballylynch Castle was in a state of disrepair. So they made the very wise decision to no longer keep it the upkeep for the castle and to build the manor house, which is located in the highest point of the estate, overlooking the lands. And that was built with the £5,000 dowry that Juliana brought. So they built the house. It took 3 years from start to finish. And the wonderful part of this story is it was very much a love story thereafter. So even though an arranged marriage, one that was very much built on love and which connects back that whole piece around Mount Juliet that it is an estate built on love. So obviously over the ages then it grew and changed over time, but that was the beginning. And then we put the bridge in to connect the two lands. And it's just had wonderful history ever since.
No, and you do have that 18th century Georgian manor house, which is the classic, but you also have a separate, a more modern unit as well, right?
Absolutely. So the wonderful thing about Mount Juliet Estate is you've got two accommodation offerings. So you pick your preference, and then you have the joy of enjoying the facilities throughout the entire estate. And Hunter's Yard has 93 bedrooms and is the home of the Hound Restaurant, which was formerly the stables. And you still have the hooks on the wall where we used to tether our horses. The working well is in the middle of the courtyard, and all of our leisure and spa facilities are all at Hunter's Yard. So it's
So
really,
great.
really
That's great. So you have the old manor house and then a whole new facility that's right next door. And then of course you still have stables and horses on the property in another part of all of your estate, right?
yes, so we've 14 horses located in our equestrian centre. So guests can then take a walk on the river trail, the woodland trail, the lake trail. And in addition to that, you've got laser clay, falconry, archery, fishing, paddleboarding on the lakes, and just walks and biking. It's just a place to come and just unwind.
That's fantastic. Now, where is Mount Juliet Estate located, and how can travelers get there?
So, very good question, James. So, we're located in Ireland's ancient east. So, we're about 90 minutes direct from Dublin Airport. We're next door to Kilkenny City, and I draw comparisons of Kilkenny to Edinburgh. It's like a mini Edinburgh in Scotland. So you've got the castle on the water. The medieval mile runs straight through the city along by the riverbank. You've got dungeons and Irish pubs, and it's wonderful for whiskey and heritage and art and craft. So, the city itself is about 15 kilometers from Mount Juliet, so about 15 minutes by car.
So it's a great place. You don't have to spend the whole time. It sounds like you'd spend the whole time on the estate if you wanted to. It's got so many comforts and so many activities, but you can go see a little bit of Ireland right nearby.
Absolutely. And we also, right by our property, you can go and visit local glass blowing, that's fifth generation, a potter, that's fifth generation. So all within the confines of the estate, you can easily spend 2 or 3 days with us here in Kilkenny before traveling on to the south or going back to Dublin. So depending on how you're orientating your trip of Ireland, but the team here at Mount Juliet can guide on that as well.
That's fantastic. Now, the news here, of course, is that you did finish the restoration of the historic manor house, and you updated, and you also have this other hotel building which has a lot of your facilities. How many total rooms do you have now?
So we have 124 in total, and 31 of those are part of the Manor House, where we spent 8 million finishing the refurbishment in March of this year. So now the house is completely refurbished, from the whiskey bar and wine tasting experience room in the basement and our cinema to the first floor, which is home to our Michelin star dining room, the Lady Helen, and afternoon tea lounges at the Majors. And then 31 suites, all decorated beautifully. And normally, James, in a hotel, we don't go to the lengths to make it different, but we've 7 different schemes for 31 bedrooms,
That's
which will
amazing.
just give you a sense of what we're doing, and right up to the Somerset Butler Suite and the Juliana Suite, our two penthouses, to the Garden View and our most popular Riverview suites, and each one thoughtfully designed to take in that riverscape and gardenscapes all around the 360 environs of the manor. Yeah,
So I love the fact that you have a movie theater, a cinema there too. So I assume you have a regular schedule of movies that you show.
we do. We've got 3 showings per day, fully equipped with popcorn and cocktails. And then in addition to that, we've just launched our movie menu where you can watch some of the old Irish films, such as Michael Collins, The Wind That Shakes the Barley. So yeah, now some can be a bit heavy, but listen, it's just about enjoying Ireland. And if you want to take a little time out from all the running and racing of a full holiday just to kick back and relax, then there's no better place to do it.
That's fantastic. Now, you started talking about the dining options, and your main, your fine dining is the Lady Helen restaurant. Why is it called Lady Helen again?
It's called Lady Helen after the Lady of the Manor. So after the Butlers was the McCalmonts, and Lady Helen McCalmont was the Lady of the Manor. So if you're looking for who is the character of the Manor House, that's who it is. So it's an amazing place for entertaining and socializing and great parties. So we thought it only fitting to name the Lady Helen after the Lady Helen dining room after the Lady Helen herself, and very much keeping that character alive. So our executive chef is John Kelly. It's all locally sourced and produced produce we use. And right now we have an 11 course tasting menu with some amazing wine pairing. And now with the addition of the wine tasting experience and whiskey room, all of these have really helped that, really just bring back the house to where it once was.
You have a lot of activities to do, a lot of things to do at Mount Juliet Estate, but I assume there's some golf opportunities nearby, right?
So we've got our 18-hole championship golf course, Jack Nicholas designed.
Oh, that's a pretty big, important golfing. Absolutely.
Huge, huge. And all the greats have played it, James. And we've been host to 2 World Golf Classics, 3 Irish Opens. So it's a stunning course, par 72. It's I would think one of the best parkland courses in the country. So you're not going to be disappointed with a round of golf here at Mount Juliet.
That
So there's so much for a family or a couple or a group to come when they visit with us.
Now you have a spa and a pool, I think, William.
We do. We've got our leisure facilities and our spa. And our spa is using a local amenity called Ground. So it's all Irish made, and we have some of our own calming oils as well. And then that's all connected to our 17-meter indoor pool and thermal suite.
So I can't get an Irish whiskey massage. Is that going to be possible?
Listen, we have our own gin. You can have an Irish whiskey
Well, I do.
massage.
I was going to race. I got to look for it. I got here. You gave me a wonderful little bottle of gin that was just so perfect that I had to, and I was amazed at. Now, what did I do with it? Here we go. I
Hopefully you drank some of it.
I haven't drank. Didn't drink it yet, but I am going to. I can't find it right now, but it is a lovely bottle, and that's what you have at the estate.
The story, James, was that it's made from 18 different botanicals to link back to the 18-hole championship golf course. And it's 100% organic. And it's made 10 kilometers away by a gentleman, Rod, and his wife, Julie, Calder Potts. And Rod would have attended birthday parties when he was 8, 9, and 10 years old of the McCalmons back in the day, almost 60 years ago, 70 years ago. Rod is about 71, 72 now.
I love the heritage. It's amazing that then the connection to the land and to the people. Now, I love how you've also restored and renovated the manor house while keeping the history of the place really intact.
Well, it's a labour of love, James. And from the stucador work to the fireplaces to the murals to wallpaper, we wanted to ensure that we embodied what the house was in bringing it back into its future self. And I think when that opportunity comes to visit and see it, you'll appreciate all the detail that's been gone to, from the ceilings right through to restoring timber floors and retaining the character of bedrooms. As you can imagine, it was once a 15-bedroom home, and now it's a 31-bedroom 5-star property. So a lot of work gone into ensuring that the guest has that comfort when they arrive, from lovely drink space, nice relaxation space, to comforted bed and bathroom amenity.
Fantastic. Well, I'm looking forward to someday visiting you and seeing all about it, and then we can do this video at different locations around the property. Is there anything else you want to tell our audience of 125,000 travel advisors about the Mount Juliet estate today?
It's one of Ireland's best kept secrets. So make sure you visit us when you have the opportunity to come to Ireland.
Fantastic. And what is the URL? Where can advisors go to get more information about the estate?
So it's www.mountjuliet.ie.
There you go. IE, right? Okay, that's the one I always. We're also used to .coms, and we have to realize the Irish have their own URL.
We
So
got our own. We're an island.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. Well, Mark, it was great to meet you in New York, and I'm glad we could take this time to sort of put it down on a video interview. But again, I'm looking forward to joining you at some point in the next year or so at the estate, and I'm sure I'll see you at different conferences in the next year before then.
Thank you, James, and I'm looking forward to welcoming all your listeners. And I think that's one of the, when you say it, it's a warm Irish welcome where we want people to feel as if they've returned home, and that's one of the big things that we strive for at Mount Juliet. So we look forward to welcoming everybody through the doors and gates of Mount Juliet.
Fantastic. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.